All right, what it is, people, it's your boy iGrind Yu-Gi-Oh! We are back with another deck profile. This time we have an updated version to my first place deck profile, the Maliss BCO deck profile that I went first place with. I believe it was last week, but I have an updated deck profile from locals that I want to show y'all with a couple, things that I fixed up that I want to, make sure that y'all get the updates or whatever. So y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share the videos, but let's get into the deck profile. So for this deck profile, we play 3 Maliss P March here. Of course, this is standard right here. You always want to play 3. You need the 3 to extend, and basically this is one of your best cards in the deck. You can play 2 Maliss P Dormouse. Basically your best starter right here. This card is limited at 2 for a reason. Then we played the 2 Maliss White Rabbit. This is also limited at 2 for a reason, another starter, basically. And then we play 2 Maliss P Chessy Cat. This is right here, basically a draw 2. Not really a starter, but I mean, it's good to have with another Maliss name. Basically get your plays going and you start with another 2 cards. So that is it for the Maliss monsters that we start off with. Then we have the 3 backup at Ignister. This is a good extender. You might want to see it, open it up sometimes, but basically with a link 1, you basically extend with this and you search another card, discard 1, and you basically get your plays off from there. Then we have the 1 at Wizard at Ignister. This is a great card to extend, especially through Nibiru. You link off the Nibiru token and then you go into a link spider. You use this card to summon another Maliss card back, and then basically you get your plays off from there. So that is it for all the, main monsters and starters that you have in your deck. Then we have the hand traps. We have 3 Mochami Wallows. Basically, you want to draw this going second. Good to open sometimes, or if you lose the dice roll or whatever, make sure opponents, not play as hard, make half boards or whatever, and have to think through their plays. Then we have 3 Ashlock and Joy Spring. Most generic hand trap in the game, stops a lot of things, summon it from the deck, add it from the deck. This is basically the most generic hand trap in the game right now. Then we have the new addition, the 3 Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion. This card is really good, especially into Mitz Rugi, as well as against Maliss. Maliss like to banish a lot of cards from the graveyard and things like that. So Ghost Bell is really, really good, and it hits, most of those cards. So you want to basically have 3 of these in the deck. I open multiple of these. The card is really, really good, but I would probably drop it down to 2 because you don't want to open multiples. Nah, you don't need multiples. You basically want to see one of these and then another starter, and basically you're really, really good, especially with the Bestials or whatever. So from the change that I made in this deck, I played 3 Ghost Bell. So I'll probably drop it down to 2. And then when we get further in deck profile, I'll explain. Then we played 3 Droll and Lockbird. This is basically, you need this against almost any deck in the format. It's kind of okay against Maliss, not really good, but if they start off drawing cards, you drop this or whatever, so they can't search another field spell, or they can't search Maliss in the mirror or anything like that. So Droll is pretty okay against Maliss, but against the Mitz Rugi deck, it is amazing. So you want to basically have the Droll and Lockbird. Then we play the 2 Bestials, Bestial Drillstorm, Bestial Magnemite. I had the 3, I swapped the Ghost Spells from the Baldrakes to 3 Ghost Spell, and then the 2 Bestials right here. But I think moving forward, I might move the list from 3 to 2 Ghost Spells, and then I'll play the Drill Swarm, the Magnemite, and then I'll play 1 Baldrake. I think moving forward, I think that is the move and the method going forward. I think that's the ratio that's perfect for this deck. 2 Maliss in Underground for the spell, 1 Terraforming, 1 Maliss in the Mirror, 1 Ghost Art, 1 Call by the Grave, and then we play 1 Triple Attack Talent. I had Thrust in the deck before to start off with, but I think it's kind of overkill. I think Talents, if you open it, it's pretty good. You draw cards off Chessy Cat. You could draw into the Talents, or you could draw into your side deck cards, but Talents is really, really good. But Thrust is okay. If anything, probably have it in the side, but I don't have it in this deck list, so it is what it is. Then we have 3 Dominus Impulse. This card right here, the deck is, I wouldn't say unplayable without Dominus Impulse, but that is your best card in the deck. It stops a lot of things summoning, and it also destroys as well if it resolves with a trap in the graveyard. So this card right here is a must in the deck. I would say this is the first card that you need in the deck, in the deck, before everything else. But Dominus Impulse, this card right here, God card. 3 Infinite Impermanence. Stops plays. Sometimes this card, you resolve it. It doesn't seem like it does enough, but I mean, it is what it is. It's Impermanent 2025. A lot of these cards and hand traps are starting to get power creep, so it is what it is. I mean, you can't really play without it. It's a good card opening up, going first or second, so it is what it is. Then we play the 1 TB11, 1 GWC, and then we play 1 MTP07. That is the 3 names for the Maliss. A lot of people don't play the TB11, but TB11 is good to open up going first. Dodge a lot of hand traps. You know, I'm starting to see Vela trying to come back in the format, but a lot of people are impermanent cards too. So you dodge the imperm with the TB11. I mean, if it resolves, you are 10 steps ahead and your plays are going through. So I can't blame people if they're taking it out, but me, I will keep it in. And also, if you just have it set face down, your opponent has 3 or more cards on this side of the field, you can summon Maliss Monster for an extra deck. So this card right here is amazing in my eyes, and I mean, it's doing pretty good in my list, so it is what it is. So let's move forward to the extra deck. Extra deck, we play 2 Lingaribo. This is basically the God card in the mirror. You sit on this card right here, and your opponent can't activate their traps, but you can negate them as well. And it also extra bodies to go into your link ones to get your Ad Ignister plays, your Ad Ignister wizard plays as well. And basically you just combo off from there. Play 1 link spider for when we get in the beer root. Sometimes you get in the beer root and your opponent just thinks, you know, they're Gucci, but they're not. I got in the beer root today and I still was able to make a crazy board with link spider, so it's pretty good. We have the 1 Splash Mage. Splash Mage is basically your main combo starter, which you go into. You link your 2 monsters off, bring back another one, and then you're into your Maliss Link 3s for free. Haggard Lizardos. If you have a good normal summon, you want to start with Haggard Lizardos because it banishes for cost. So once you banish for cost, basically your Malice come back and you can just get into the Link 3s. So that is good to start off with Lizard. Then we have the 1 SP Little Knight. SP Little Knight, I mean, in this deck it's okay, but it is a good you know, target 2 things to banish and your cards resolve, and it dodges a lot of things as well. But with Detonator in the format, SP Little Knight isn't that amazing, but it is what it is. The MVP, Nightmare Cerberus. A lot of people are taking this card out of their extra decks, but me, the locals on Friday night, this card came up. My opponent Chaos Hunter me, and I had this in my deck, and just because I had this in my extra deck, it won me the game. I was able to, you know, pop off and continue playing through, and that Chaos Hunter was a big investment for him, and it basically got me the W. So keeping this in, a lot of people think that you won't have this in, but it's really good. And I'm thinking about throwing the About Q in too, since this is the one thing that I can link up into to make that and get some more powerful plays. I mean, get a pop on their main phase, or I could summon a Dark from my graveyard. You know, it is what it is, but just an idea to keep my opponents, you know, especially my opponents at locals, you know, on their toes. 1 Dark Charmer. This is good for the mirror match and also just taking dark monsters in general. 1 Red Ransom, 1 Cyber's Wicked, 1 White Binder, and 1 Heart's Cryptor. The Cyber's Wicked is basically a good, you know, link 2 to go to. You also be able to search, you know, cards with Cyber's Wicked, and it can't be popped, so you can use it as protection to go into your higher up link plays and, you know, get your boss monsters out. Cyber's Wicked is definitely a good card to play around, especially if your opponent makes what is called the Bomber Dragon. They make the Bomber Dragon, you somehow able to get into 2 bodies and make Cyber's Wicked. They can't destroy Cyber's Wicked or the cards that points to, so it's low-key broken. I mean, you always, any Malice deck has to play this card in extra deck, so I'm explaining it, but it's a must-have in the deck. And then we play the Red Ransom, the White Binder, and then the Heart Scriptor. Then we have the 1 Firewall Dragon. Firewall Dragon is there just to be there. I mean, there are some times you make this, well, you make it with the God board where you could bounce 3 with the Allied Code Talker above it and the other 2 pointing across. But sometimes, you know, if you have to make a half board, I make the Firewall and then use the GWC to have a Malice link pointing up to it, to where you can get a bounce 1, or you could just bounce an Ash Blossom back to your hand. Either way, it's still good. It's also a link 4, you know, but you have to remember, if you make this, you cannot impulse. Well, you can't impulse, but it'll turn the Firewall off because you won't be able to use the light effects. So, I mean, it is what it is for the Firewall. Then we have the 1 Access Code Talker. Access Code Talker was crazy. I think I had a Lingaribo and a Splash Mage in the graveyard, or a Haggard Lizardos, and with the Cerberus. So that's like 3 attributes, you know, in the grave: Earth, Water, and Dark. And then I had a White Binder, so I was able to just link. I had the Ally Code above this, went to Access Code. Access Code, well, Splash Mage had another body, going to, you know, this with the Splash Mage using 3 bodies. Well, I went into the the crypto first, and then I made this, and then I was able to banish, you know, the 3 materials just to clear my opponent's field, and then have a crypto on field. So it was pretty crazy. And then the 1 ally code talker. I think this card right here is way better than Bomber. A lot of people are talking like Bomber are crazy. Bomber is crazy, but this card right here, if you're able to just get on this, having that Omni negate, that banish is kind of crazy. Sometimes my opponent start off with X and then they send the they don't have the aggregator, you banish the aggregator and they try and like on the follow-up, just try and send the X and send the dual drive. You just negate the X and banish it. I mean, it's pretty free. And then you also just send the white binder to the grave, and then you either use GWC or March Hare to summon the white binder out and then get free banishes. This card right here is just too free. So that is it for the extra deck. For the side deck, we play 3 Artifact Lancia. I mean, you have to play this if you're playing any deck right now because Maliss is crazy. We play 3 Mochami Perulia. This is basically good against Mitsurugi and Raizio. Any card, any deck that summons from the hand, especially with the ritual summons and the free special summons for hand, is just broken. I play 2 more Charming Meows. I think 3 is overkill. Maliss is okay. I mean, once you play Lancia, and then if you play Meows, Meows is cool. You draw it, you get some draws, but I think the Lancia is enough. We play 1 Anti-Spell Fragrance. Funny enough, I played a Odeon deck today, and then I flipped this. They played Fiendsmith. I was like, all right, I know you're going to use the Fiendsmith stuff. You're going to pitch Engraver to get the Fiendsmith track. And basically, they was like, yeah, and they just scooped up from there. They couldn't break the board that I had. And then we played the Solemn package. We played 3 Solemn Strike. Crazy, because if you get Lancet, you can just set this on your opponent's following turn. You could just stop any crazy effect out of summon or just any special summon. They make detonator, you just strike the detonator, or they summon ice, you just hit ice with strike and you mess the plays up. Then you also have the or in the following, if they Lancia you and then somehow you're able to stop them on their following turn, if they try and Lancia again, you just strike them again. That came up today too. My opponent tried to Lancia me twice and I just strike the second Lancia, so pretty good. And then you have the Solemn Judgment. If they have the Lightning Storms or the Harpy's Feather Dusters, anything crazy like that, also you just stop a big Link summon or XE summon, and basically it's just GG from there. They won't see it coming. A lot of people play Judgment, but they don't really use it right. I mean, you have to use it on a big investment, and once you have that big investment, it just cripples them and they can't, you know, follow up or break your board from there. So that is it for my first place updated deck profile. Make sure I like, comment, subscribe. This is your boy YUGIOH. So basically moving forward, the changes I would probably do is the 3 ghost spell, I will move it to 2 and then put a Baldrake in for one of the ghost spells, and then play 1 Magnum Up, 1 Juros Worm, and then 1 Baldrake. And I think that'll be a good ratio. 2 ghost spells moving forward, but ghost spells is pretty broken, I think. And moving forward, I continue working on the deck list, creating updated deck profiles, also playing different decks, you know, around. A lot of people talking about the Eldritch deck and a couple other ideas, probably Orcus in the future. So leave in the comments, see what other decks you want me to play and work on, and I'll work on that, and I'll give you some reports and updated deck list. So y'all make sure y'all comment, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, share the videos. Live streams every Saturday. We grind the Yu-Gi-Oh series every Saturday morning. Make sure y'all hit the live streams, like it, and share it to your friends. But this is your boy, I grind Yu-Gi-Oh. We out.